actually do the time. I'll do a flatten around the perimeter in the water to like 498, 499. And then my land will start at 500.5 or 501. And then I run the smoothing brush over that and they will be able to get up. No problem whatsoever.
Thank you.
Not a problem. That's what we're here for. All right. We're going to go with map size 1000, ground height 490. Resolution is handled by that. At this point, you could add a height map. That would be a grayscale picture. Black will be your low point, white will be your high point, grays will be anything in between. It can be tricky to say the least, but it's there. So we'll go with create. Don't worry, this will be much faster. There we are.
So like when you have a height map, does it have to be the same size of your map?
The best way to do it is make it 1000 by 1000 or, whatever. Just make sure it's square because your map's going to be.
And you can scale it after that.
Yeah. So here's the limitation to what I was showing you. Oh, wait, no. Terrain tool. With the stamps, you can only make a brush so large. This is a 1000 map, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I had a 6000 map, I either have to print this out 6 times and look really stupid, but there is a way to make this into a 6000 map. You get it centered or at least as close as you can. Stamp it. Turn the water on to make that a little more obvious. Then you come to tools, map tools, resize map. You want to do this before you add hills or anything, because when you stretch that map out and you have you have a big, nice hill, it looks like, it's going to be a molehill when you stretch it out. So it's best to just resize it. In this case, I'm going to go, 2000 and resize. Confirm. Boom. Now it's a 2000 map. It could just as easily be 6. So at this point, where you start figuring out, okay, I want to shape here, I want to shape there. That's done with the terrain tool. Raise and lower, mostly. You can also make custom sized hills with the brush tool, We'll cut that down a bit. Nice. Well, at the start, we'll go a little higher than you always want to use low numbers or the brush is just going to shoot up. I like to use these rather than circles because circles, if you raise with a circle, you're going to see all those weird artifacts, those little round ridges.
Yeah.
That happens when you do it with a circle, and I'm also at a higher opacity than normal. So I use this, it breaks up the edges a lot better. And I'll just start roughing out your terrain. You control the brush size, come down the leg, do that. So basically, that's how you're doing your shaping. We covered flatten, smooth, really nice one. You want high opacity. This one will get rid of all those ugly little circles we made. So smooth is as advertised. It smooths. Bridge. Not one I use very often. How about you, Tyne?
I've used it before. Basically, you select one point and you can build a land bridge from point A to point B.
Yeah. Let me kick the side down. Send this down. Click here.
Shift click for the second
Oh,
one.
yeah. Shit. Shift and click. I did that. Okay. Apparently that doesn't work.
It should.
That's okay. I don't use it. I've never really used it. You can do the same thing with raise lower or flatten.
Flatten is easier.
Yeah. Flatten. I swear to God, guys, that's going to be your go-to. Clone, you would select an area and clone it. Another one I don't use. I never.
I never used clone.
Erode height and pinch height I have actually used. That will help texture your hill. Technically, it's just the same thing as raise lower, but
Kind of mostly just
I would
lower.
should have said the yeah. So yeah, it's a dedicated lower tool. Pinch height will pinch the height. But honestly, raise lower and flatten and smooth are all you're going to use. Like this crap here I see, I don't like it. I'm going to go terrain tool, smooth, opacity. Yay! No one will ever know I screwed all that up.
We will know.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go paths before prefabs. There's less to cover. I'm going to be AFK for 2 seconds. I need to refresh my drink. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. I won't be gone that long, actually.
I did put the Rust edit link in the Bacon Talk chat window. If you're interested.
Yes, I got it.
Okay.
I got it downloaded. I got it running. It says it's not responding right now, but it asked me to do the install directory, and I'm just like, what?
It's
To make
asking you where your Rust files are. It's looking for your Rust folder.
Where all this shit is. It wants to know where the objects are. It has to find the prefabs, basically.
So would I have it open, get connected to my actual Rust game files, or for the editor?
You want to go to Steam, Steam apps, Common, Rust. I think it stops there, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think you just go to the Rust folder in your Steam apps.
Yeah. Under Common. Alrighty. Paths. Those pesky little roads. Our nemesis.
Railroads are more the nemesis. They're
Oh,
less.
yeah.
They don't like to play well with others.
You can actually use roads to do some cool shit too. So when you click create new path, it shows up where you're staring. I really should have been staring down. You start with 3 nodes, 0, 1, 2, and 3. The first thing I always do, but you do not have to. It claims to be Bezier. It's not. So I change it to linear first, and then I change it to Bezier, and then I see all my lovely control handles. Normally, to extend the road, we go up here on Path Tools and add node at index 0. It's just easier than trying to up the number every freaking time. So let's say we had...
Or just create a random number that's higher than wherever you're going to go. So like 12,000. You're never going to have 12,000
things. God, women.
I mean, 0. I usually use 0. I usually use 0, but sometimes I actually had to go to the other end So I just come up with the largest number I can come up with, and just more than you need.
Yeah.
Whatever
path
it is,
here,
more than you need, or 0.
Yeah, I go with 0. This path here is going to be very important to you. Assets, bundled, auto spawn, monument. That's where you find, well, everything. Airfield, excavator, military tunnel, power plant, train yard, all of your big players are here. The launch site is the only extra large. There's a bunch under medium, the Bandit Town and compound. Radtown's small 3 is that weird underground sewer looking thing. I don't know why they call it a rad town.
I don't know.
Radiation.
But let's
Compound is your outpost.
yeah.
So
I don't know why
it's
it's got different names.
So we'll just plop an airfield down here because a road to nowhere just looks stupid. If anybody's curious how I flopped it to the side, there's these 2 little arrows here under the transform tool. That's on the y-axis. If you turn it to the x-axis, you flip it this way. If you're on the z-axis, you flip it this way.
Why would you ever have it that way?
When you're building prefabs, you move objects a lot like that. So all 3 axes will come in very handy. All right, so we have our entrance way over here. We put our road over here, so I'll just go back to paths. Select it.
It keeps telling me object reference not set to an instance of an object. What is that?
It means you've angered the computer gods.
Oh,
I'm
It's
not.
bad. I don't know.
Uh,
It means something is not listed. Oh, hang on 1 second. My sister's calling.
Of course.
Yeah.
Family always has perfect timing.
Are you getting that error when you're trying
I
to
am.
install Rust Edit?
Installed it and started creating
no,
them.
I'm getting that error when I'm trying to open it.
I would
When I
like
try
to.
to open it to where I can edit a map or make a map, it says that I'm. Let's try this again. It says.
I'm back.
Jake,
Okay. Now I want my number 2 node to go here because I want to grow off of my 0. So I'm going to select them all. I swear I am. And then I grab the whole road and rotate. If I chose local space, very weird things would happen. I'll be explaining that later as well. Okay.
used local places. I've always used
Yeah.
global.
So now I grab my little node. I drag it over here where I want it. There's WASD to navigate just like in game. To terrain, that's going to be a big friend to you as well.
Love snap to terrain.
Oh, it's my buddy. And here's where I start taking these little control nodes. Doing that. Now, here's number 1. We'll just, if you start dragging your nodes too far apart, you will have to change this number over here. This determines how many cars and barrels and all that crap, the loot alongside the road is going to appear. So if you tried to save a lot of work like I did and stretch them out real far, like on the animal map, you'll notice that like on the wolf, you almost can't find any loot next to the road.
Could you stretch?
I'm really surprised no one has called me out on that one. Thankful, mind you, but I should have swapped that number up to a huge number because I split them really far. So yeah, that was bad. But